All right, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. I hope you all can hear me. Please, if you join us, let me know that you are here with me live. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're watching in from, so that I could recognize you for coming live tonight with me. I really appreciate the fact that some of you take out your time in your week to participate in these classes. My goal is just to share some of those things that I don't get to share with you. Some of those things I don't get to, you won't catch me talking about or writing about. Sometimes I need to share these things with you guys for being members of my community, for being some group of persons who are willing to grow with me, learn with me and all of that. It's very important that I also let you know some of these things. Now, these things are things that people pay me good money to hear, but here you are getting them all for free, at least for being a member of my community. So let me know if you can hear me. Let me know where you're watching it from, and please invite one or two people to also join the broadcast. Just use the invite button. You see an invite button down there, so you can invite some other members of the group, for us to have a fuller house. So guys, today we are looking at um, money lies and money myth. Right? What are the lies that you have heard? What are the lies that are popular? And what are the myths that you've heard as well that are popular? Now, the thing is, the lies and the myths, they always have a way of affecting your financial journey, right? They always have a way of affecting your financial journey. And why that is because of the fact that they help you form your ideas, right? They help you form your ideas about money. They help you form your beliefs, okay, about money. They help you kind of, they just kind of color your financial journey. All right. So if you do not know these things for what they are, lies and myths, you will accept them to be true. And when you accept them to be true, they will define how you behave. This is why we talk about, in the money sense method, we talk about your money scripts, right? Your money scripts are all functions of the things that you have heard about money. Whether those things are true or not, the brain does not know that. Your subconscious mind does not know if those things are true or not. What your brain knows, or what your subconscious mind knows, is that these things are things you have heard and you have processed them and you have accepted them to be so. So if you do not from time to time take out those things and look at them, right, and look at them from the lens of intelligence, you will not be able to make informed financial decisions, because those scripts will always run your life. And I tell you today's too, it will ruin your life. So it's very important that you understand what the information are, so that tonight you'll be able to know some of these lies. And of course, at the end of the period, I'm going to give you my short report. There's a short report I just prepared where I talked about 30 money lies and myths that must have been keeping you from making financial progress. So please, I want to know if you can hear me. Hello Zubi Peters, man. Thanks for joining us for tonight. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me, and please use the invite button to invite those you can to join this broadcast. So the thing is that money lies, okay, money lies are colored or twisted truths. That's what money lies are. Money lies are colored or twisted truths. So there is really no pure lie. Okay, every lie has a form of truth in it. So what generally happens is someone will pick the lie, bend it a little bit, right, and give it out there just to maybe to to achieve a particular purpose, obviously to achieve his own personal aim, right? So for example, when if you're growing up and you ask your mother, for example, or your father, "Daddy, why don't we have money?" And the person tells you, "Because God does not want us to be rich," right? Because God does not want us to be rich. And quickly your father takes you to the Bible and shows you the portion of the Bible where there was a man called Lazarus and there was a rich man, and he will make you understand that, listen, the reason why the rich man went to hell and the poor man went to heaven is because of the fact that the rich man had money and the poor man didn't have any. So if we are, the way we are struggling now is because of the fact that God will eventually accept us, in heaven, right? That's not the truth. But the person has gone ahead to share some truth with you, colored with some lies. Now those lies and those other things come together to make up money lies that will now live in your head. So you come to realize that, listen, it's good, God doesn't want us to be rich because God loves us enough to want to take us to paradise, right? These are money lies. So money lies are twisted or colored truths about money. When we're talking about financial independence, I told you guys that financial dependence is at the fourth level of the journey, right? You have your financial confidence, okay? You have your financial financial freedom rather. Financial freedom is at the fourth level. You have your financial confidence, you have your financial ability, you have your financial independence. Then begin to talk about financial freedom. People are always talking about financial freedom, but when you don't talk about the money confidence, there is no way you're successfully going to get to your financial freedom. Why? Because money confidence comes first. If you have been in a place where your parents have lied to you all along, then your money confidence is going to be very low and you will not be able to attempt and try a lot of things that will change situations for you. So for example, there was this book I read some time ago called Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude by Napoleon Hill. And he gave an analogy of a young man in the book who came from a very poor home. But there was a thing. The mother of the young guy would always call him up and tell him, listen, don't ever let anybody fool you. Don't let anybody tell you that God wants us to be poor. God does not want us to be poor. It is not God's intention for us to be poor. The reason why we are poor is because we have not done the things that are necessary for us to make money. Your father, myself, and everyone around us, we haven't done enough to make us make money. So that is why we are poor. At any point in time we wake up to reality and do the things that are necessary for us to make money, we will be rich. It is not God's plan for us to be poor. Now that was all that child needed to know, and that was the truth, right? Unlike what so many families would have told their kids, or what some of you must have heard from your parents, like, we are going through this because of God. God does not want anyone to be poor. So this young man grew up with this confidence that, listen, if I find out what money likes and I do those things, money will come to me. This young man went ahead to become one of the greatest insurance salesmen in the US. He made multiple millions of dollars then, because of the fact that each time he encounters a loss, he will remember that God's plan is not for us to be poor. We are poor if we don't do the things that money likes. So for me to make money, I have to find out the things that money like and do those things. That was the truth. So the question now is, what are the lies and the truth that you have been told? Now, myths are baseless assumptions. That's what myths are. Myths are not lies, but they are subtle. There's a subtle difference, right? When it comes to money myth, they are baseless assumptions. We just assume something baselessly without any kind of logic behind it. So for example, if you come into the house and you ask who is supposed to be richer, all right, somebody will tell you the man is supposed to be richer than the woman. Who told you that? Where is it written? I mean, what's the logic, all right, behind the fact that the man has to be richer, or the man is supposed to be richer than the woman? Okay, who told you that? Those are myths. They are baseless assumptions. We just assume that when you come into the house, the man has to be richer than the woman. Okay, but that's not true. That's not true. Now, you know how myths are. When we were growing up, they used to tell us all those stories about the tortoise and the birds and all of those kind of things. They were meant to those stories were meant to correct, they were meant to direct, they were meant to give us some kind of perspective and also to entertain us. But that doesn't necessarily make them to be true, right? Imagine if you grew up believing all those tortoise rat stories we used to hear those days when we were young. Imagine if you grew up believing those things. You will live in a bubble all your life, right? Or you watch a lot of cartoons. When you were growing up, you had the privilege of watching a lot of cartoons, and then you just come into the real life to believe that the way cartoons behave is the way human beings should behave, or that the way cartoons behave is the way human beings behave. You will be on a long term because you can't fit into the society, you can't fit into this world. You will be in your cartoon world while we focus on the real world. So here is the real world. The cartoon world is a myth, is not reality, right? So we also have heard some of those myths, right, about money, and unfortunately we have not questioned them, we have not really filtered them, so they are living in our head. So let me give you, for example, now what are some of the money lies? Let me just quickly run through like 3. For example, salary is a bribe they give you to forget your future, right? That's a lie. Now someone somewhere, I guess the guy was very high on some kind of special weed, and he came out and dropped that thing. People were liking, oh wow, yes, inspiration, fantastic, all of those things. But that's a lie, right? That's a lie. Salary is not the bribe they give you to forget your future. Salary is actually what you want it to be for you. And for so many people who are wise, salary is a leverage, is an acceleration, is something that gets you started. I mean, once upon a time, I held some kind of jobs that paid me salary. I was once a teacher, right? I was once a security guard. I worked in a security company and they paid me at the end of the month. I worked in the bank, right? I worked in the bank because I worked in the bank for like 2 years. I worked with the then Diamond Bank. So I knew what I became with the salary they paid me. Why? Because I had a future. So salary is not the bribe they give you to forget your future. Salary is the acceleration or the leverage they give you towards your future. So you need to, that's the truth now, right? That's the truth that anybody that has sense knows to be so. Salary is a leverage they give you to, to speed on to your future or to embrace your future. So if you refuse to use your salary to approach your future or to build a future for yourself, you don't blame anyone by saying that, oh, salary is the bribe they give you to forget your future. There is no such thing like that. In fact, I tell people that one of their problems in life is that they don't have a salary job. We wouldn't have the opportunity to go into why you need to get a salary job, right? Especially if you're starting out. We won't have the time to talk about that. But you know that this group is about career professionals. Now, career people are those people who want to grow in what they are doing and who are willing to stay on it for a long time. So whether you have a job or you have a business, you are a career person. And the idea is for you to find out how to use the money that comes through that career, whether it is a business or a job, to speed up things for yourself, right? So it's not for you to say, oh, business is the only way to become a millionaire in dollars, or salary job is no. Those things are lies, right? You need to put them into perspective. Another one is something like money is evil or rich people are evil. Money is not evil. Money is what you make it to be, right? And money is just an amplifier. So if you're an evil person, money will amplify the evil in you. If you're a good person, money will also amplify the goodness in you. So money is not evil or good. Money is just what you want it to be for you and to you, right? And some people tell, oh, rich people are evil, they use their money to sponsor evil. That is because of the fact that the person in question is an evil person and he has chosen to use money to sponsor evil. You can also see around you that there are good people who are also using their money to sponsor good. So you can see that telling you that money is evil or rich people is evil is a lie, right? So you have something like young women or young people should not make money, right? If you're maybe 10 or 5 or 8 or 7 and you're striving to maybe start a business, and your parents will begin to ask you, you're so young, what do you want to do with all of this money? Why are you being greedy? Why are you being avaricious? Why don't you just focus on your school or your education and stop all this hustling, all this trying to make money, and stop talking about money? You're so young. Now the question is, who told you that young people are not qualified to become millionaires? Right? Who said so? So you see, that's a lie. Or you say, oh, this is a woman. Women don't hustle. Women don't make money. Women stay in the kitchen. or in the bedroom. Their job is to cook food for the husband and take care of the kids. It is the job of the man to go out there and hustle. So the woman doesn't have to hustle, right? The woman doesn't have to make money, right? So all of these things are lies. Now here are some money myths that you might be, you might have heard somewhere. Something like money brings happiness, or lack of money money brings happiness, and vice versa. Some people say lack of money takes your happiness away. Some people say money brings happiness. Is just a state, right? Happiness is a state. Happiness is a state that you can decide to experience whether you have money or not. The only thing is that money helps you to buy more of those things that make you happy. So if spending quality time with your family makes you happy, right? You can do that without money. But when you have money, maybe to have light in the house, to have maybe a movie in the house, or take everyone to Disneyland and you guys are enjoying, you can see that what money has done is to amplify the happiness. So if you are a bitter person by nature, money will not suddenly make you a happy person, right? And if you are a happy person by nature, money will not suddenly take your happiness away. So money and happiness don't cause each other. The only thing that can happen is that money can help you do more of those things that make you happy. Money can help you appreciate more of those things that make you happy. So money brings happiness, or lack of money takes your happiness away from you, is a money myth, a baseless assumption that doesn't have any background, right? Or something like the only way to be rich is to own a business, right? That's a myth. That's a myth, because we have a lot of people on Forbes who didn't start. In fact, we have a lot of billionaires today. All right, we have over 80% of the world's billionaires today. They worked for someone. In fact, 80% is because from my study and research of these guys, 80% is being nice. I think it's somewhere around 90. You can hardly find all these billionaires who just came out, went to school, or just came out of their father's house and started a business. They are not that many, right? They are not that many. Most of these guys you hear about today, they worked for people for years. In fact, some of them started their business by the side while they were working for someone else. Okay, it was when they now got to a certain level that they decided to move. So, and then there are also some other people who have become millionaires and billionaires in dollars without necessarily having to start a business. Now, this is the thing. There are three routes to wealth. There are three routes that anybody can follow, okay, and become a millionaire or a billionaire, whichever one you want. You can have a business, you can own a business, you can work for someone, or you can be an investor. So if you're an investor, you invest your money or you invest other people's money. That's one way to become a millionaire. Okay, that's one way to make $1 million, for example. You can own a business. That's one way to make $1 million. You can get a job, right? That's one other way to also make $1 million. The question now is, whichever career path that you have found yourself in, how are you going to leverage on it to create opportunities for yourself? So if somebody comes to tell you that, oh, business is the only way to make money or to become a millionaire, therefore if you want to become a millionaire or you want to make $1 million, go start a business. That's a myth, because it's a baseless assumption. Okay, it's baseless. It doesn't have any base. Or you have something like, rich people are better than poor people. You know, some people tell you, oh, rich people are better than poor people, or some people tell you, oh, poor people are better than rich people. You know, that's also a baseless assumption. Rich people are a certain group of people with their own peculiarities. Poor people are also a certain group of people with their own peculiarities. There is really no need to compare both of them. Rich people are who they are. Poor people are who they are. And really, rich people and poor people are not one and opposite. They are different parts. If you're a poor person, your path is different. If you're a rich person, your path is different. So there are different paths to poverty and wealth, right? So these are some of the myths. Now, I would, for those of you who will be interested in getting the report, let me see you type yes in the comment section. If you'll be interested in getting the report where I talked about 30 money myths and lies that have been stopping you from your financial progress, let me get some kind of feedback in the comment section so that I will know if I will make that available for you guys. So let me see. I hope you're getting value from this, right? I hope you're getting value from this. Let me know if you're getting value. Ezekiel Mary, good evening and thank you for joining us. Daniel Okoro, thank you for joining us. Alaribe Uche, thank you for being here. Okay, Thank you for being here. So if you want to have the report, let me get to know about it. So let me quickly give you some sources. Gloria Mikkel, good evening and welcome to our broadcast. Okay. So what are some of the sources of these myths and lies? Okay, because they don't just happen. All right, they don't just happen. They have sources. Okay, what are the sources of this? Number one is friends and families. Right, friends and families are the first and most likely group of people to feed you with money lies and money myths. In fact, most of the money lies that you know today and most of the money myths that you have today have their foundational source from either your family or your friends. Yes or yes? Let me see that in the comment section. If you think that is true, if you think that to be so, let me get a yes in the comment section. Most of your money lies, all right, are coming from your friends and your families, and also most of the money truths that you have today are also coming from your friends and your family. So if these people don't have the right information, they are also going to feed you with the wrong information. If they have the right information, they will feed you with the right information. And here's the thing: the things that the wealthy people know, the poor don't know them. The things that the wealthy people know and do, the poor don't know them and don't understand them. So because of that, there is no way you can give what you don't know or what you don't have. So it's expected most times for those of us who are coming from a not so privileged background that most of the things you have heard that were innocently put into your head by your friends and your family members were all lies. The second source of this is the society and the school, right? The society and the school. So when you go to school, they for example, they will teach you that the only way for you to make something out of your life is to get a good grade and get a good job. That's what they will tell you. Okay, if you're trying to start a business in school, they'll be looking at you as an unserious person. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Just settle down, read your book, get a nice job, and that's the way to prosperity. But that's not the only way, right? That's not the only way. There are multiple ways to prosperity. So if the school is teaching you that it's only a job that you can use to become successful, it simply means that when you come out of school and you're not able to get a job, or when you figure out by yourself that you're not designed to get a job, rather you're designed to create jobs, it becomes a conflict, right? And also society, the media, they have their own thing they are teaching and all of that. Because of that, these things come to build up in our heads, they come to build up in our minds, and most times they are lies, right? These lies sometimes are told by ignorant people, and some other times these lies are told by people who know the truth, who don't want you to know the truth, because he that controls the media controls the attention. So sometimes people don't want you to really know the whole truth, so they will sell you the kind of information that they want you to get. And when they sell you on that kind of information, what generally happens is that you buy into it and you begin to misbehave. So society and school, right? The society and the school have become sources of money lies and money myths, right? Some of the money lies I used to know then came from school. So for example, when I was in the Polytechnic, they told me that, the only way for you, as I was studying accounting at that time, they said that, listen, as an accountant, the best thing you can do for yourself is to graduate, become a chartered accountant, get a job in the bank, and grow from there. That's the only way to prosperity. As an accountant, that's the best thing you can do for yourself. Nobody told us that you could actually run an accounting firm, right? Nobody told us that you could run an accounting firm. Nobody told us that you could be an advisor. Nobody told us that you could be an investor using your accounting knowledge. Nobody told us all of that. These are the lies of the of the society and of the school. And you don't blame the system. That is what the system has been structured to be like. So it's now your own job and your own duty to look for alternative reality, look for alternative truth, and learn about them so that you can prosper despite the lies. Another source of money lies and myths is the religion and culture, right? Like I tell people, as Africans, we have a culture, what is known as culture of poverty. We have a culture of poverty. Our culture is designed to keep us poor. For example, our African culture is designed for the whole community to support you for the whole community to support you. And when you become successful, you come back and support the whole community. That's a poverty culture, man. Right? Because it is possible for the whole community to support you, but it is impossible for you to support the whole community. That is why when they train you to, when your parents are sending you to school, they are seeing you as a project. They are seeing you as an investment. That's why your father will tell you, oh, I'm sending you to school, oh, you're my only investment, you must not disappoint me. So everybody will contribute money. Your uncle will give you money to buy book. They are all counting those things, because they are contributing to you to go to school, so that when you finish, you get a nice job and now come back to help them. That is why some of you have stayed in poverty despite how much you have been making. The reason is simple: you make money, you use it to settle everyone, and as soon as you refuse to do that, they will remind you, don't forget when we were sending you to school, when we were living under the bridge and paying your school fees and all of that. Don't forget all the things I did for you when you were young. That's is a culture of poverty. Another one is, for example, you want to get married, you have to invite your friends and your enemies, right? So because of that, you have to you have to waste a lot of money inviting people and expecting them to come, right? If you have a wedding and you don't invite the whole community to come, they will take offense at you. If somebody does a wedding and didn't invite you, you will be angry. You feel like, oh, he doesn't like me. That's why those things are culture of poverty, because they put people in a state where, for example, you work all your life and use all your life savings to have a wedding, a society wedding, so that people can see that you're making progress. We are in a society where when you drive a car, people believe that all is well with you. When you come out looking good, people believe that you don't have problem. These are all, poverty culture, and it's a source of money lies and money myths, because what the culture projects is what you come to believe to be true and accept that to be so, even when that is not the truth. Okay. So let me see what people are saying in the comment section. Mikael says, nice one. Yes, okay. Yes, it's true. Yes, nice one. Stanley Imade, welcome. My father's words are exactly that, and my siblings are his investment. Thank you. You can see that. How will you say that your child is an investment? I mean, the child did not beg you to bring him into this world. He didn't beg you to spend your life savings or your pension to send him to school. That was exactly your choice. So why will you now say that it's your investment? It's not your investment. You're doing what you're doing for your child as a responsibility. You have to be responsible, right? You're doing it for your child as a responsibility. And since you know that, listen, for example, I have a little son right now. I know that this son, by very soon, he will go to school. It's not my investment. It is my responsibility to send him to school. When I know that, when I'm making money, I will consider the fact that I have a child that needs to go to school, and I also have a life to build, right? I will know that. And I will also remember that, listen, because of the fact that I am responsible and my children are not investment, I will only have the number of children I can afford to take care of. So I will not be giving birth to children and pumping kids as if I'm a baby making that I want them to take care of me in the future. I mean, in the future, I should take care of myself. When I'm old, I should have money, right, that will be supporting my life. In fact, I should have money that will be paying my grandchildren something at the end of the month. Every month, they will send them their stipends to manage. That's how a responsible man thinks. You don't do things for your kids because you expect them to come back and pay back because they are your investment. That is not sensible. But of course, that is what the society has taught us. That is what the culture that we have has taught us. So another one too is religion. Religion has had its own bad effect on us as human beings. They take the truths in the Bible and twist those truths in such a way that a common man cannot really make sense out of it. I remember when I was growing up, my grandmother used to read some parts of the Bible. One of them was the parable of Jesus, where he said, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eyes of a needle than for a rich man to make heaven. She did not explain it. She did not explain the context of that proverb and all of that. Or she would just read it and tell you, see, rich people can't make heaven. So if this one that you're looking for money like this, you're going to become useless, you're going to become satanic and all of that. And other times she will read this part of the Bible that talks about the rich man and Lazarus, right? She will read it to me and make me realize that the rich man made hell because he was a rich man, okay, and Lazarus made heaven because he was a poor man. And she will also paint the picture for me to believe that poor people are kind while rich people are callous. Those kind of nonsense. Of course, when they are reading for you from the Bible, you have this tendency to believe that, man, this is it. Especially for those of us who don't even go to read things in context, study the Bible for ourselves. We have a lot of things, misconceptions like that. Another one is when they will tell you, in fact, I kept hearing this one until I became old. I kept hearing this one until I went to the university, and I believed it to be so. Where they will tell you that money is the root of all evil. They will say, oh, money is the root of all evil. I never knew for a very long time that is not what the Bible said. Okay, what the Bible says is that the love of money and money are two different things. Because the love of money is the root of all evil, but money is not the root of all evil. In fact, the Bible says money answereth all things. So you see, you need to study these things to really understand. If not, religion will confuse you. All right, religion will confuse you. Some of your pastors will confuse you. Some people will read the Bible upside down according to their own interpretation and according to their own interest and mess your head up. Be wise, right? So these are the sources of money lies and money myths. Now, how do you identify these lies, right? How do you know that, listen, it's like this guy is selling me a lie? Even myself, I want you to use these things to evaluate me. I'm not saying that I am all-knowing, right? I could be very good at what I do because I give you my life, but that does not mean that you should not, when I give you something, question it, evaluate it, and let's discuss it from the standpoint of logic. Don't just say, oh, Alex said this, then you begin. No, question it, evaluate it, so that you'll be able to put what I'm saying or what I'm teaching into context, and then at that point in time, be able to make informed decisions. So how do you identify money myths and money lies? How do you know that someone is lying to you or someone is trying to sell you a myth? Number one is the environment. All right. Number one is the environment. Where was this thing said? In the balance of investing, they say that the worst place to take an investment advice is from a cab or from a barbering salon. When you take a cab like Uber and all of these things, the driver is always in a mood to have a conversation. They believe that's good customer service, right? They always want to talk to you, engage you. They will tell you about the stocks that are happening. They will tell you about the economy. They are always the people that have the street information. They will tell you why the president is the worst person to ever be alive, why the economy is in recession. They have the right, they have information. When you go to barb your hair, that's why I like to, have a private barbing experience. I don't like going to all those public places because they'll be spitting on your head, talking plenty and all of that. They are giving you advice. Some will even tell you about stocks that are moving, all of those things. So the question is, where are you taking this advice from? Where are you getting, what's the environment where this advice is being cooked up, right? What's the environment like? You cannot take a wealth advice from a poor environment. You cannot get the idea of how to be wealthy from a poor environment. No. All right. So you need to ask yourself, what's the environment, that is generating this thing that I'm listening to right now? What's the environment? Okay. That's number one. Number two is, what are the emotions around what you're hearing? Okay. What are the emotions around what you're hearing? Do you know that when people tell you, oh, forget money, money is not important, they are always mourning something. They are like, man, their situation is bad. Forget money will always come as a conclusion of the fact that things are bad and there is nothing I can do about it. So money is evil. I hope you know that. So when people are giving you a particular information, ask yourself, what's the emotion? What's the emotion that this guy has? What's the emotion behind this information right now? Sometimes when your parents will tell you, oh, money is not important, it is after they must have tried and failed in a lot of businesses. Some of your parents will tell you, oh, stock is the only way to lose money, because of the fact that they have done stock and they lost money. And some other people will tell you, oh, stock is the only way to make money. Why? Because it is only stocks that they have done and they have succeeded. So you need to understand the emotions. So because if your father tells you that stock is the only way to make money, you might grow up to like stock so much that you believe that that's the only way for you to become rich. You will not try real estate, you will not try anything else, you just talk, right? So you need to identify the emotions surrounding what you are hearing. So let me see the comment section. Are you feeling this, guys? Let me know if you are feeling this. Let me know if you are getting this. Let me know if you're getting value from spending your time with me here. Okay. I see you, Mr. Gilbert. Thank you for joining. Hey, Success King. Thank you for joining. Religion is another one that is the height of it. Yes, of course. Yeah, so it say the love of money, not the roots. Well, yeah. Totally agree with you. Viewing a child as an investment steals away the child's humility. Okay, the popularity of wrong cultural and religious beliefs are displacing the thoughtfulness of how we should view investment and money as a tool and not an impediment to prosperity. Fantastic one. Thank you, Mr. Ferdinand Terry, for joining us. Environment, where was it this thing said? Yes, where was it said? So guys, I think you're feeling this. I appreciate you for spending your time with me. So that's it. Then the next thing you need to ask yourself is, what is the condition of the source of this information? Let me ask you this question. Have you seen a wealthy man who tells you that money is not important? You will not find. The people who will always say that money is not important are poor people who are struggling, who are looking for how to pay their rent, who are looking for how to feed themselves, who are looking for jobs. They will tell you, oh, money is not important. Money is not everything. You don't know, money is not. Now, I'm not saying that money is everything, but money is not everything and money is not everything are two different conversations, depending on who is saying it and how it's being said. Okay, so you need to figure out exactly who is saying this. Sometimes someone will be telling you, there was this experience I remember carefully. There was this man who would always tell people, listen, send your child to a government university. All right, send your child to a government university. That place, they will have a better experience with different people, different cultures. They will be able to learn life. But this man, all his children went to a private university. None of his children went to a public university. None of them. So he'll be advising other people and their children, my friend, just go to a public school, go to a public university. After all, I went to a public university. Great people around us went to public university. So you to go to public university, it will give you a lot of things to learn. It will help you. It will shape you. But his own kids, all of them attended private university. So you need to look at what is the condition of the source. What's the condition of the person advising you? Okay, what's the condition of the person advising you? If a person who is struggling to eat is telling you, is telling you that money is not important, you should take that with a pinch of salt, because a person who is struggling to eat cannot even clearly say if money is important or not. So what's the condition of the person advising you? Some people are telling you, oh, do this. For example, 99% of the investments I give out for people to invest in, I invest my money into those things first. I will not just bring an investment I have not tested or know someone who has tested and give you to go and invest. No. I don't believe in that. I have to use my money sometimes to test those things, to see how they are working before I can tell someone else, oh, there is this opportunity. So you need to consider that. Then the next one is, what is the action of the source? Okay, what's the action? What's the person doing? Is the person telling you something different and doing something different? Okay, you know what they say, don't follow my words, follow my actions, because actions speak louder than words. So you need to follow the actions of the person, not the words, not what the person is saying. You need to follow the actions that the person is exhibiting. Okay, now the next and last one is, what is the logic behind this argument? So when someone is giving you something like, oh, women should not be richer than their husband, what's the argument behind it? For example, when I put out something like, if you can't save, you can't make wealth, or if you don't have the capacity to save, you cannot be able to generate or build wealth. Some people come and argue, but nobody is really asking, what's the argument? It's like, can you explain this or expatiate on this? And the argument is simple. If you don't save, you will not have backup. You will not have backup for your own financial safety and security, number one. And number two is that you will not even have things that you can use to take advantage of opportunities when they come out. because you're not going to invest your finger. We've already established that, right? You will invest money, and if you don't save this money and build it up gradually, there is no way you're going to take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way. So savings gives you a head start. It gives you speed, right? In as much as it also gives you peace of mind and security. That's why we have what is called peace of mind savings. All right, but that's a conversation for another time. So what is the logic, right? What is the logic behind the argument? Don't just people don't just throw words at you and then you just speak it, swallow it, and you move on. Begin to ask yourself, what exactly is this person saying? What is the logic behind this conversation? So those are the ways that you can identify money, myths, and lies. So guys, let me get some feedback. Are you feeling this? Are you getting some value from the conversation? Value pack, getting value, just like we see some families where most members are either business inclined or career inclined. Yes, business inclined or job inclined. Career is, your business should be a career, Mr. Simple, right? Your business should be a career. So career simply means, okay, in English language, career simply means what you engage a large portion of your life in, which you also progress through. That's what a career is. So your business should be a career, your job should be a career. Okay, so when I say I work with career people, I work with business people who are career minded, and I work with people who have jobs who are also career minded. Because the point is, if you run a business and you're not career minded, you're not thinking of how you're going to scale the business in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, then there's no need for me to be wasting time with you, because you can't build wealth. Some people are not running their business as a career, they are running it as a hustle. They are just using it to hold body till something else open. That's why you see somebody today, he's doing this one, tomorrow he's doing this one, next tomorrow he's doing this one. None of them is working, because the person does not think of his business as a career. That's also why you see people jump from place to place trying to make money, because they don't see what they are doing as a career. I mean, for those of you who have known me, you have known me in this space doing the same thing for a couple of years now, right? And for a long time to come, I will still be doing something like this or this exactly. Why? Because this is a career. I have 5 years plan for this, I have 10 years plan for this. So you should see your business or your job as a career. And also you should understand that by nature, you are an entrepreneur, right? You are an entrepreneur by nature. Every human being who is made in the image of God is an entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is not whether you have a business or not. Entrepreneurship means your ability to take resources from places of low usefulness to places of high usefulness, places of low importance to places of high importance. Or you can take something from a place where it is not that useful and make it more useful. You're an entrepreneur, whether you own your own business or not. That's why I tell people that every business owner is an entrepreneur, but not every entrepreneur must be a business owner. So we have people, entrepreneurs. You should think of yourself as an entrepreneur, whether you're working for someone or you're working for yourself. Because even when you cook rice in your kitchen, that's entrepreneurship. You're moving rice from a place of low usefulness. You cannot eat raw rice now. So you're moving it from a place of low usefulness to a place of higher utility. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. So your ability to do things that will improve the usefulness of a thing or of an experience makes you an entrepreneur automatically. So don't say, oh, entrepreneur is when I have a business. No, that's another myth, right? And I believe that you get the gist now. So if you have a business or you have a job, see it as a career. If you work for someone or you work for yourself, know that you are an entrepreneur in any of the cases. All right? Yes. So what's the action of the source? Follow the action. Follow the action of the words. What's the logic behind the arguments? Find that out. Hey, Mr. Dediji Yusuf, good evening. Nice to see you here. See your job, see your business and job as a career. That's how it should be. So guys, those are some of the ways that you can use to identify these things. So I'll be within the week, I'll be making available a report. I did a short report of maybe 15 pages or thereabouts, that will teach you, that will expose to you some of the myths and lies about money that possibly might have been holding you back. All right, there are a whole lot of things in there that I will not be able to talk about in today's class. But today's class, if you listen to today's class, right? I think I'll make the replay available. The replay will be in the group. So if you listen to today's class and then download the reports, which I will also put in the group, then you'll be able to have a clearer perspective to what we are talking about. I cannot afford to give you all the popular myths here, but I've given you how to know some of these myths, how to identify them, the sources. And now lastly, let me share with you 3 ways, right? 3 ways that you can use, or 3 ways that can be helpful in you breaking free from this, the shackles of this myth. Now here's the thing. Money myths and money lies don't leave you empty. Okay? Money myths and money lies that you have believed don't just leave you empty. They color your life. They form your money scripts, and your money scripts form your money map. Right? Your money lies form your money script, and your money script form your money map and your money personality. And you cannot succeed financially as against what your money script is all about. So your goal should be to always reevaluate your scripts to know the things that are hitting you so that you can always reshape them. Have you come to ask yourself, why is it that smart people are always very poor? Have you asked yourself that question? Why is it that smart people are always very poor and broke in life? Smart people, very smart people. Professors, nothing to show for it. All those people with BB grammar, you know that, man, this guy is a smart guy. This guy is smart, but he doesn't have money. Have you wondered why that is? It is because of the fact that people do not understand that money conversations, they go below our consciousness. Right? They go below our consciousness. So because of that, you know what should be done, but you don't do it. Now, everybody in this program listening to me right now who has problem with managing his money knows that he should get that sorted. That's given. You know that, listen, I need to get savings. I'm not good with this thing. I have a bad habit. I drink a lot. I spend a lot of money partying, right? These things are costing me time. They are costing me money. I need to get my acts together. You know that as an intelligent being, you know it. But how many of you are taking the necessary steps to sort that out? Not so many of you. Not so many of you. So you can see that you know what to do. You know what should be done, but you don't get yourself to do it. That's what happens. That's the problem of smart people, right? Smart people know what to do. They know what they should do, but they don't ever get themselves to do it. All right? So you need to see exactly what is going on. That's why understanding these things for what they are is very important, so that you'll be able to know how you can, improve your life. So how to break free? Number 1, you need to accept and do what makes you happy and what gives you peace of mind. So listen, if you have accepted that money is not important, all right, you've accepted that they told you that, listen, money is not important, you don't need money to be happy, all of those things, and you accepted that to be true, no problem. My job is not for me to push you, to something that will not make you happy. For as long as that thing that you have accepted is making you happy, it's okay for you to live with it. So if you have accepted that money is not important, is that okay for you? Are you really having a nice time believing that money is not important? Because that's why you don't hustle much. That's why you don't put your best foot forward. That's why you don't like to sell, because money is not, don't be like, I like money. That's why you keep doing things for people for free, and you don't ever ask them to reward you. You don't ask them to pay you either in money or either in cash or in kind. You don't, because let it not be like I like money a lot. It's not like I like money. It's not like you like money but you're complaining, right? It's not like you like money but you're complaining. So if you have accepted that, money is not important and that is serving you, fine. But if it is not serving you, please, my friend, I beg you, look for solution. Look for solution. And that is why I think everyone here should attend the Money Sense workshop. It's coming up in October, right? If you want to be in the Money Sense workshop, you can send me a DM so that we can, help you take care of some of these things, figure them out, and give you lasting solutions to them. So the Money Sense workshop is a 5 days online workshop, intensive workshop, right? An online intensive workshop, and everyone on this program should make an effort to attend it. We are going to cover a lot of things. Money script, we are going to look at that. We are going to look at your money part, your money powers, We are going to look at your saving system, expenses management, all of those things. We are going to introduce you to investment. So it's going to be fantastic, and I'm using this opportunity to invite you to join attend the Money Sense workshop. Currently, we have a discount going on. So if you want to be part of the Money Sense workshop, please send me a DM, right? Send me a direct message so that I will give you details on how you can be part of the Money Sense workshop. The money is not significant. It's not something that you can't pay if you're really interested in altering the shape of your financial results. Okay? So the next one is you need to investigate, right? Don't suspend your head. I told you about the man who was always telling people, oh, send your kid to public school, they will learn faster there, they will learn better there, but his own kids are going to private school. So if you don't investigate, right, and know that, listen, this man, all your children are in private university, and then you're telling us to send our own children to public university. If you don't investigate, you will just take what has been told to you, hook, line, and sinker, and then you will sink. Some of you are going to churches where they're telling you, oh, don't worry about money, forget money, you cannot take it to heaven, all of that. But the pastor has a private jet, right? The pastor lives in Banana Island or in Lekki, in Ikoyi, right? The man has a private jet. All his kids are abroad, but he's telling you that, come on, man, don't suspend your head, right? Even when your father or your mother is telling you something about money, don't suspend your brain. That's why you have a brain. Right? And that's why I believe everyone I'm talking to here is an adult. You have a brain, use it. Because when you don't use your brain and ask questions, you will not be able to find the truth. And these people who tell you these things, when you ask them questions, two things will happen. It's either they don't have what to tell you, or they will get angry with you. All these people that tell you all of this shit, right? When you ask them questions, it's either they don't have what to tell you that makes sense, or they will get angry. Why are you questioning me? I'm telling you something and you're asking me a stupid question. You, this boy, all of those kind of things. That's what your father or your uncle will tell you when you ask them certain questions, when they begin to feed you with those lies, because they are lies, right? So don't suspend your head, investigate, all right? Investigate what's going on so that you'll be in a better position to, make an optimum choice. Then lastly, you need to seek premium knowledge. You need to seek premium knowledge. Listen, when it comes to money and wealth creation, it's a lifetime process, right? It's a lifetime journey. And because of the fact that it's a lifetime journey, you don't just learn about it today and you go away and say, oh man, I know this thing. If you look at my library, I read a money book every day. I have a money coach. I have someone that coaches me on money. In fact, if you look at all the contents I consume, over 85% of them are around money, because I want to also figure my own thing out. We are all at different levels, right? Some of you are richer, some of you are, all of us are coming up in different levels, right? When say money gets size. Somebody is worth $1 billion, another person is worth $200 billion, another person is worth $10 billion, another person is worth $100 billion. So we are all at different levels. Right? So what you will not do is to just say, oh, I know it. You need to have a health coach. You need to have a money coach. You need to have a spiritual coach. Right? You need to have a relationship coach. You need to have these four coaches. You need to have somebody or group of people that teach you about health, that help you stay healthy. You need to have some group of people that teach you about money and help you stay financially sensible. You need to have people that teach you about God, right? That help you understand God in a different dimension. People you listen to when it comes to God things. You need to have people you listen to when it comes to relationship. That's what we mean by premium knowledge. So you don't just stay in this group. Some of you are being in this group, you're just looking for freebies. When I put out free things, but when I put out classes, you will not attend. See, listen, you don't change your life on freebies. You cannot change your life on freebies, right? Even salvation is expensive. It had to cost somebody to die, for you to be free or for you to get salvation. So nothing is free, even in Freetown. Premium knowledge doesn't come free. You have to invest to get premium knowledge. There are certain things that I will never teach you in public. You can only know those things when you come closer. When we are closer, when we are pals, we can have that kind of conversation. So if you're just here and you're waiting for free things, you cannot change your life on free things. Nobody has ever done that. In fact, in the last 45 days, I know how much I've invested in people. In fact, I think last month I had a one hour session with somebody that cost me about 100,000 naira. Right? I had another one the other time that cost me about 50,000 naira, just 1 hour session. Some of you here, I had a time when I used to do session for 10,000 naira for clarity session on finance for 10k. Some of you will still come and be pricing me, sir, can't I pay 2.5? Some will say, sir, is it not free? Or some will say, I will get back to you. Or some, when you give them the price, they will read the message and they will lock up. Craziness, man, craziness. Right? So look for premium knowledge, my friends. That is how you'll be able to know some of these things and also be able to get the truth. The Bible says, buy the truth and sell it not. Right? It did not say get it for free. Say buy the truth. Buy the truth means it will cost you something. Buy the truth and sell it not. So guys, that's the size of today's message. Now, if you want to join the Money Sense workshop, which comes up in October, send me a message. We are going to have a 5 days powerful session. It's going to be on Zoom, right? It's going to be a very powerful session that will shift. In fact, if you followed me for a while, you know that I don't share common knowledge. When it comes to money and wealth and all of that, I don't share what you get to hear out there. I share something deeper and different. So if you want to have a feel, right? If you want to have a feel of the 5 distinctions framework, the 5 words distinctions framework, then you have to attend the Money Sense workshop. It's going to blow your mind, right? It's going to blow your mind and it's going to shift things for you when it comes to your finances, right? So if you want, we have a discount going on. If you want to get access to that and be part of it, send me a DM, right? So that I can give you all the other details so I can lock your spot before we open it, because when we open it, the price will go up. All right, guys. So if you have questions on what we've discussed tonight, drop your questions in the comment section and let me see you. Thinking of my business as a career. Thanks to the Money Sense boss. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Thanks for elevating the discourse by demystifying the myths and lies behind money and its power. Thank you, sir. You are too much. I appreciate you, Mr. Adedeji. You can't change your life on freebies. No, you can't. You can't. Okay. Premium knowledge. Premium knowledge costs money. It costs money. No, premium knowledge costs something. Premium knowledge costs something. It must not always be money. That's why I tell people that money is not the only form of payment. All right. There are people I have taught. There are people I've worked for. There are people I've done things for free. Okay. There are people I've done things for free. There are people that have done things for me for free. Okay. So when we say pay for knowledge, it's not always about money. There are so many other ways you can pay for a thing, right? Payment from what can I give to get what I want. Napoleon Hill says, don't ever ask for something for nothing. That's the idea. Don't ask for something for nothing. So when we say pay for knowledge, we are not necessarily saying pay money. It could be something else. It could even, for example, those of you who are here now, you are paying something to be here. You're spending your time, you're spending your energy, you're spending your data. Do you know that some people love what is going on here, but they cannot afford to spend their data to listen? That's why they are not here. They just joined and saw, my data, I cannot use my data. So they are not willing to pay, even with data, to be here, right? I'm doing this class now, it's free, but it's not free. It's costing me something, right? My light has to be on, that's money. I'm burning data, that's money. I have to be in a certain frame of mind. That was made possible by money. You get? So money is not always, payment is not always by money. But when we say premium knowledge is not free, know that it is not free. Just look for the right thing to pay with. You must not always pay with money. Now to join shoppers, my boss, I greet you. Looking for premium knowledge. I think you broadcast the link for the money workshop here now. The link is not available yet. We've not started marketing it openly. That's why I'm just giving you guys this as a privilege for you to access the opportunity. You can send me a message. There's no link. Just send me a message and we'll take it off from there. Freebie doesn't improve one. No, Freebie does not. Thank you for allowing for a replay. Yeah, there will be a replay. Money is not the only form of payment. Yes, money is not the only form of payment. So guys, thank you for being here tonight. If you have a question, I'll just take one or two. If there's any question at all, you can just drop it, one or two questions, and we will call it a night, right? So if you have one or two questions, you can drop it. If you have something you might want to chip in, you can drop it as well, so that we can have a feel of it, right? We can understand you. So if you want to join the Money Sense workshop, it comes up in October, right? It's a 5 days online workshop. Send me a message for you to get access to the discount. This is going to be the best financial workshop you've ever attended. We are not talking about money, we are talking about wealth, right? So whether whatever career you have, whether you have career as a businessman or you have career as a job, and you want to improve your wealth quotient, right? This training is for you. We are going to do everything: mindset, making money, investing money, saving money, expenses planning, all of those things. They are coming up for you, and they're going to put you in a powerful place. In fact, you're going to move from ignorance to being a money magnet, right? So if you're interested in joining, being part of the workshop, we have limited space. Okay, we can only take a certain group of people per time. So if you're interested in joining the workshop, send me a DM so that we can send you details, right, for you to be a part of that workshop. So I don't see any question. I think that will be all for tonight. Thank you guys for spending your evening with me. I will see you next time. Have a nice day.